watching KSL News at 4.
Welcome back. Right now, leaders are talking about what Salt Lake City's next steps will be in revitalizing its downtown. Conversations about a new entertainment district around the Delta Center has worried a group of Utahns.
Yeah, news specialist Shelby Lofton joining us now. And Shelby, we understand the musicians who perform at Abravanel Hall are concerned about its future in the downtown plans, right?
Actually, that's right. There's a large group of musicians inside the city council meeting right now, dressed in black and white, making their presence known. They're really worried that these revitalization plans could include tearing down their concert home. Now, Smith Entertainment Group, which owns the Utah Jazz and this new hockey team, has submitted a proposal for what those updates could look like, and where Abravanel Hall sits would be included in their imagined entertainment district. The musicians here today said they don't know a lot about these plans, and that's why they showed up, to hear about how they might impact the Utah Symphony's Orchestra's home since 1979. And they said they're worried the historic building could be demolished. A petition to save the building has been circulating online and now has more than 19,000 signatures. It was all started by an 18-year-old musician named Jack Clark. He's performed at the concert venue, and he argues Abravanel Hall can't be replaced, and both music and sports lovers can coexist and reach a compromise with these plans for downtown.
I am really excited about it. I think it's awesome, and I think we as a community can work together to save Abravanel Hall and still have the Delta Center be renovated.
And just a bit ago, we received a joint statement from the Utah Symphony, Smith Entertainment Group, and Salt Lake County Mayor Jenny Wilson saying that the symphony is included in the plans for this potential district, but no decisions on the future of Abravanel Hall have been made. They said, quote, "We need to weigh all factors, including the high cost of a renovation alongside the benefits of rebuilding," end quote. Coming up on KSL-5 News at 6, I'm talking to some of the Utah Symphony Orchestra musicians that this impacts. One of those musicians has performed at Abravanel Hall since it opened. She has a lot to say about it potentially getting torn down and what might happen in the future. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shelby, we're interested in hearing more from their perspective. Thank you. All right, Devin Mashuli.
Right now on KSL-5 News at 6, Smith Entertainment Group making their pitch to Salt Lake City leaders.
Abravanel Hall is so much more than just a building.
What could be next in the race to revitalize downtown, and why people are sharing their support for Abravanel Hall. Then, banding together.
KSL News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. The Smith Entertainment Group is promising that redoing the area around the Delta Center is not just about redoing a stadium for the new NHL team.
We're also hearing from people who want to keep Abravanel Hall from the proverbial chopping block. We have team coverage tonight. Shelby Lofton spoke with symphony musicians, but let's start with Lindsay Ertz. Lindsay, what is Ryan Smith and Company proposing?
Yeah, Deanie, well, right.
Lindsay, thanks. We just learned more about the future of Abravanel Hall. A leader of the Downtown Revitalization Project said they want to keep the building within their plans.
News specialist Shelby Lofton spoke with musicians with the Utah Symphony who showed up at the City Council tonight. Shelby?
Mike, those musicians spoke very passionately about their time performing at Abravanel Hall and what it means to them. They said it simply cannot be recreated. But just a few moments ago inside the City Council meeting, those city and county leaders and stakeholders said it may be rebuilt or it may be renovated.
Abravanel Hall is so much more than just a building.
The acoustics of this concert venue create a sound that can't be beat for musician Rebecca Johnson.
When we were put into the hall, Maurice Abravanel insisted that the sound engineer, the acoustician, Cyril Harris, be talked to first before the architect.
She's played inside the hall since the Utah Symphony Orchestra first called it home.
So much extra trouble had been taken to make it extraordinary.
Cellist Matthew Johnson grew up in the audience.
It's where families congregate.
And graduated to the stage.
My preference would be to stay in Abravanel Hall. It's such a warm, clear, special sound that we have in that hall.
When they heard the venue could be impacted by the Smith Entertainment Group's Capital City revitalization plans, they were concerned.
We can coexist. You can have a Bravenel Hall, and you can still have the hockey team with the renovated Delta Center.
Utah Youth Symphony musician Jack Clark started an online petition to save Bravenel Hall. He said he doesn't want to see another historic building torn down.
It happens in Utah a lot, and I feel like this is a time when we can stop it.
In a joint statement, the symphony, city leaders, and stakeholders said Bravenel Hall needs a lot of improvements, including tech upgrades and heating and cooling maintenance.
Some things need to be done, but it's a glorious space, and it would, I think the benefits far outweigh what needs to be fixed.
Leaders behind the plan said, quote, the Sports, Entertainment, Culture, and Convention District has the potential to accelerate and improve upon the ways in which these long-standing challenges will be addressed. They said no final decisions have been made. The musicians said they showed up today to be seen and heard.
It's also, in the case of the Utah Symphony, our most important musical instrument.
And after that meeting, the leader said that Bravenel Hall has a lot of deferred maintenance that would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix. Mayor Wilson also pointed out that it has more seats than a lot of other concert venues across the country have. A lot of symphonies going into the future are going smaller. But musicians told me they're really looking forward to the May 21st public hearing where they can weigh in. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shelby Lofton live for us this evening. Shelby, thank you. We want to hear from you. What do you